Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, rules can be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So we do look at everything, but we take more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. This will allow you to understand why everything's playing out the way that it is. Now, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you got to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out. The underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. Very important when you're dealing with people that have a lot of spiritual blocks. They create illusions, facades, gaslight. So again, we can feel that they don't really think the way that their actions are displaying, if that makes sense. All right, let's see what's going on within your connection, Scorpio. Let's see. Okay, criticism. That's the underlining energy. The irony is, I feel like the person that you're connected to is criticizing themselves, and that's actually preventing this person from moving towards you. It's like this person has a spiritual block around love, and any which way that they could sabotage a connection, I feel like they did. And so that there's a part of this person that doesn't really believe that they can have love. They need to do a lot of healing. So this is the underlining energy. I feel like they're afraid to actually come to you. So they're afraid of what you might say, what you might do, and them staying away from you. It stays in this limbo area where they almost like hope that you would feel uncomfortable and you would reach out. I just feel like a lot of time has passed by and they realize that you are not reaching out and they are being forced to reach out, and it's giving them a lot of anxiety. Now let's see exactly what they did, why they are feeling the way that they are feeling. Well, it's like this person kept doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I feel like there was a sense that there was a sense that you made it clear that you did not want to be in a connection with someone that was going to date a lot of other people. And mainly for your own respect. You're like, I don't want to be running around with you and acting like you're my boyfriend or girlfriend, and then you're gonna sit there and talk to other people and, act like you're single. Like once they would get comfortable, they would again go fall back into not texting back, not calling back, waiting a few days, like deliberately doing things to trigger you, deliberately doing things to like start an argument. It's almost like this person can't just be in a regular relationship day in, day out without creating some sort of drama. And it's like you just had a memory. You were like, you felt like you had already gone through like the same situation of having to tell them uh, what's appropriate and what's not appropriate if they were going to date you, if they were going to be seen with you. And yeah, to be seen with you. It's like their character had to be a certain way. You didn't want to date somebody that was running around trying to hook up with everybody. You didn't want to be seen like you're someone that takes pride in who you are. And so a lot had to do with that, and this person knows that. And so again, they would withdraw. Anytime that there was an argument, instead of this person actually being able to have a conversation, they would withdraw. Anytime that the relationship, they felt like they were that you were becoming too dependent, or they wanted to like see you more or whatever, this person prevented the relationship from growing. They would withdraw, and there was no communication over it. And then, like I said, this person would then act almost as if they were single, like posting a lot on their social media that they were alone, having people reach out to them on their social media, make comments on their pictures, acting as if they're alone, just giving off that vibe. But here it is, they wanted you to act like you were in a relationship with them. where you felt like, well, and all you really did was keep me out of your life. You like it didn't really want my opinion about what was going on in your life, and you didn't really want me in your life. You wanted me there for when you wanted me there. But as far as me feeling safe, this is you, Scorpio, as me being safe, you didn't allow that. You made sure that every time that I would get comfortable in the connection, that you would do something to sabotage that. And you actually felt like this person still might have had a connection, a little bit of a connection with an ex, but you just really, I mean, the way that this person treated you is that they would yell at you, they would scold you for having an opinion, for saying, hey, listen, this is what my needs are. Like it's like this person would say, yeah, 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 I want a relationship, I want to be with you. The relationship would be fine for a few weeks, and then this person would dip off. It's like fine for a little while, all of a sudden you'd feel like you got ghosted for a day. Or you'd send a text message where normally they would respond within a half an hour. Now they're responding within 5 hours. A day would go by. All of a sudden they got busy. They would always do something to try to make you uneasy in the connection. And they did it purposely because, like I said, here's an ex. Like you're like, is there somebody else? Are you talking to somebody else? Why are you doing things to make me feel as if you don't really want to be in a connection? But then when I'm asking you, you're telling me that you do, but we keep going through the same exact scenario over and over and over again. Like you don't text me back. All of a sudden you go ghost. Like you withdraw from me. I tell you about my feelings. You don't really want to hear about my feelings. You want me there in your life when you want me there in your life. But essentially, I feel kept out because when I want to be in your life, it's to like connect with your friends and connect with your family and to create a life for us to grow. And you're not allowing that. Every time the relationship is fine for a few days, all of a sudden you do something, or a few weeks, you do something. It's not very long. As soon as I get comfortable, where again, you make me feel as if you can't breathe, like I'm suffocating you, where, you weren't suffocating them. What you wanted was a relationship that you could depend upon. And that's not what they wanted. Again, they wanted to dominate you, they wanted to control you, where it's like, I want you on my terms when I want you. It's like, but if you're going to do something that I don't like, well, then I'm going to punish you too. I'm going to withdraw from you because you're not really allowed to have an opinion. You're not really allowed to have a life of your own, especially if I think that that life is going to draw attention to you because I know that I'm not treating you well. This is them, Scorpio, and but I'm not willing to give you what you want. Instead, I'm going to try to dominate you and suppress you. And know that the whole while that whatever expectations that you had of this person, that they just, you're always going to be disappointed. You're always going to be angry. You're always going to be, and understand this person doesn't care how you are connected to them, just as long as you're connected. See, they want you in their life for what they can have. So somebody that's going to feed them emotionally, someone that wants to be there, someone that's sitting there waiting for them and giving them all this unconditional love that doesn't have an opinion, that doesn't have, this is the type of relationship it was. And you're like, I don't want a relationship like that. It's like, that it makes me mad. You know that it makes me sad. You don't care about it. No, in fact, this person likes it that way because you're still connected to them. Anyone that wants to dominate, again, that's what it is. They're just not giving you the time. You feel like you're alone, and you feel like it's abusive. So what happened was you finally had enough and you called their bluff, like, because you had enough. You're like, okay, you feel like I'm trapping you. You feel like I'm trapped. No, I'm not trapping you. You don't want to deal with my boundaries. And if anything, all you want to really do is like make my life upside down, create that. It's like I don't know whether I'm in a relationship with you. I don't know whether I'm out of a relationship with you. Anytime, like I said, it gets comfortable, all of a sudden you disappear, you create unnecessary drama. You want me to be attached to you, but you don't really want to, make this into a committed relationship. However, you want me to be committed to you. So it's again, this is why your life would be felt like it was upside down. And also, like I said, this person thought that with their intermittent manipulation of coming in and out of your life and, being abusive in that matter with all their gaslighting, making it like you're suffocating them when really all you want is a relationship that's dependable. You weren't allowed to have boundaries. You weren't allowed to have any sense of self because of their insecurity. And they didn't think that you were going to call their bluff, but what they didn't realize is that you just had enough of, the chaos in the relationship. It's not like it's the first time that you've gone through a relationship with unnecessary drama. Like, what it looks like. And so you're like, finally got to a point where you said, you know what, I'm not happy. You don't think I'm going to walk away? I'm walking away. I'm calling you bluff. But I feel like you had a realization of saying, you know what, I really have to heal from the past because it keeps manifesting as chaos in my relationships. And I see that this is never really going to get better. It's the same theme. I'm attracted to a person that wants me for what they want me for. They refuse to build an emotional connection with me. They toy with me. As soon as I get comfortable, they ghost, they disappear. They don't want to be perceived as if they're attached to anybody. But if I was to do that, then they have like a problem. Then they're going to withdraw from me from that. They're going to give me a lot of mixed messages. And so again, turn your life upside down so that you're so consumed with them. It's a very easy way what you felt like for them to stay lazy. They were lazy then and they're lazy now. And it's because, again, part of this person checks out with their addiction. They associate relationships with burdens. And to the core of it is that they really feel inadequate, and understand this person is kind of comfortable in their everyday, day-to-day way of navigating their life, which is having attachments, not really relationships. And they have a fear of change because again, they've already been in relationships where they feel inadequate because person's always like isn't happy with them, criticizes them for the way that they are. In fact, relationships give them a lot of anxiety. So instead of them giving in, what they do is they drink, they check out, they waste a lot of time, they try to create a lot of stress within your life so that you get angry, but that this way that they're the authority because that you would say something where really they never expected you to have judgment. They always expected you to forgive them and be triggered with jealousy. But what happened is that you don't trust them and you got tired of being in a relationship that just felt empty. You don't want just a physical connection. That's not what you want. It's like the past life connection isn't enough. At the end of the day, every time you speak up and speak your truth and whatever, it's always going to intimidate this person. They think that the sex is enough, the physical connection's enough. This person compartmentalizes. They need to heal their inner child healing. And really, if they never give in to you 100%, well, guess what? They're never going to get rejected. And that's really what it is. It's like it's a catch-22. It makes it very easy then for them to betray you because they never really build an emotional connection. So they say that are that way because they don't want to get hurt. But the truth of the matter is that they like it this way. So again, they have the upper hand and it's family patterns. They saw the worst relationships in their very young childhood, it's like, again, there's a part of this person that believed that you would conform. You again called their bluff. And that pisses this person off too, because now you shattered their self-image and brings them back to, again, the lack of who they really feel that they are and not really wanting to give anything. Because, like I said, their relationships don't work out. So it's just easier for them to stay in their old habits of creating illusions, which is why you're like, again, you're like, I'm not gonna stay being a victim in this relationship. I see that you're manipulating me and keeping my life upside down, which is just activating past traumas that you already had. So it brought you back full circle, almost like you tried to make it work, and what you see is that this person, like, they don't really want to make it work because they had many opportunities to make it work. It's like their idea of a relationship is about being in control. It's one-sided. They're very, very immature. So we'll see again, what are they going to do? And what we see what they're going to do is that they're really not going to do anything, nothing, nothing at all. It's like, that's what I feel. I feel like they're not really going to do anything. They're impulsive, but I feel like that goes with the addictions and their use of contracts. So they're not, again, they think about relationships. It's fearful. Their way is rather to like create paranoia with inside their person that they're with, so that the person goes back to them. It's like they don't really want to be in a connection. They're comfortable with this. They're saying in an imbalanced connection goes back to that, like where they're not really willing to do what they need to do. What they're going to do is, well, I'm just going to drink or do drugs or check out, and eventually you'll come back to me. This is what they thought. That's not what happened. They just wasted a whole lot of time. And, you're like, I already lived this. I'm not living it again. That's one reason why you connected to this person. The spirit says again, yeah, you've already gone through abuse. Like these are your inner child wounds. It's like a psychological, emotional abuse. It's like you already did it, being belittled, making you feel as if you're nothing, as if, you're not allowed to have boundaries or an opinion. And if you do, I'm gonna gaslight you. Again, same thing, same energy as belittled, bullying, getting you to like to stop, not have boundaries by trying to instill fear inside of you. And you're like, that's not happening today. You weren't doing that. You were like, I don't care what your issue is, that's never gonna happen. It's like trying to create a lot of confusion inside of you. You're like, relationships aren't supposed to be about confusion, and why am I'm always angry. But I feel like, again, that was how you felt growing up. It was like hard to be bullied and abused by the person that's supposed to be showing you love. She's supposed to be some sort of security and safety. And here it is, the same thing with this relationship. You're supposed to represent love. You're supposed to be some sort of support in my life, not the only support in my life. I'm not a codependent person, but you contributing to my life, making my life, enhancing my life. No, what you want to do is you want to keep me stuck in rage and anger. Again, where you steal my energy, create a lot of confusion because you're fine for a few days, a few weeks, and then all of a sudden you ghost for no reason. You don't talk to me. You create scenarios to create unnecessary drama, to keep you in a place of disempowerment, to keep you in a place of fear. Again, this was what this person was all about. They didn't care about anything else. Again, the abandonment, triggering abandonment, because they never really formed that emotional connection. That's what this person here for a good time, not a long time. I'm not going to make you feel safe. I'm not going to like allow you to have an opinion. I'm not going to allow you to pretty much do anything. So I feel like, again, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6. So was it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, that was 5. No, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know why I can't count. But it's okay. We're gonna put one more to see why else. Why else did you attract this person? Sing, to use your voice. I feel like if you used your voice before to actually set boundaries, well, again, you were belittled, you were bullied, you were taught not to speak your truth, you was taught to be quiet, to not, in order to get love, that love was transactional, that you didn't speak your truth, you went along with everything, that again, whoever was supposed to be giving you that support wasn't really there, created a lot of confusion, belittled you, made you feel bad about yourself, made you live, like I said, in fear. Because really, there's only two energies, love and fear. So if you're again are in a place of rage, you're still connected to this person. So that's really all that they wanted because they knew that, hey, you really love me, you really have feelings for me. So I'm going to give you a little bit of breadcrumb. I'm going to come in and out. I'm going to come in and out, and I'm going to go away. What you're gonna when I come back, you're going to be so mad. You're going to be so mad that I'm going to grab you and kiss you, and maybe again, it's going to go right into that passion, and then I'm going to be out the door again. It's like, or I'll be fine for a few days and then all of a sudden I'll instill some sort of fear, make you question the relationship and bring you back to that energy, which is again keeping you stuck, right? Because you're like, I'm not going to want to meet anybody else if you're giving the time to this person. And when they come back, you're having passionate moments. Well, again, this is intermittent manipulation. You were like, I've been through this before. And actually, I grew up with energy, with people not valuing me. And I've seen this continue play out in my life. This was you, Scorpio, and you were like, and if like this, you're the last person that this is going to happen to. You are the last person that I'm going to allow do this to me. That's where you're at, Scorpio. It's like, and for this person, they never saw that. They never saw that you were going to be the alchemist here, that you were going to use all this adversary and turn it into opportunity, that you were going to turn that pain into power, that you were going to show this person a different side of you that they never knew existed. And that's why this person also stays like drunk and like wasted because it's again, what are they going to say? They misjudged you. They thought that, things were going to be different. Where Spirit says, no, this was, again, this person was to help light the darkness. Again, there was wounding here, childhood wounding that, again, has been suppressed, and that, you needed to like revisit this trauma to alchemize it. Okay. Like, again, like you needed to light the darkness to do that and to heal, to be open to the healing, okay, so that you can embrace your authenticity, that you don't have to dim your light, that you don't have to, that you just did enough healing to actually really know who you are and to become confident in who you are. And that's why this person came into your life, actually, to like test that is what I'm feeling. Again, to give you that unshakable faith so that you can go on your right path, okay? That's why to go into the uncharted waters, because that's the unknown, okay? And that with your confidence, you'll be able to do that. If you're not confident, this person wanted to keep you in a place of not being confident. It's like I said, this was a karmic test because you were asked to go with the flow with grace, which, by the way, Obviously you wouldn't want to go with the grace. This person doesn't deserve grace, but Spirit says the grace is for you because you're on your path and you don't give them that. They want a reaction. They want you mad. They want to confuse you. They want to keep you stuck in that childhood trauma. That's what they want because they don't want to give anything. They wanted everything their way. And now that you've broken free, this person has a big ego. They're not happy about it. So again, you flow with grace again, and you go into new territory so that you can see yourself differently. So it stirs up your curiosity about the world so that you again go out into the world and meet new people and experience new things so you can see yourself differently. So you can again find your path. It's like Spirit says you're on the right path, even if you feel like you're not on the right path. It's a part of the road less traveled because it's your unique path. But part of that path, you have to heal. Part of when you get to certain areas on your path, you're asked to heal. You're presented with challenges from the universe that ask you to transmute past pain, to look at your traumas so that you could again do things differently, so that because you see yourself differently. And that's really again about, yes, facing your fears and yes, showing fear strength, but inevitably to rise above so that you can again elevate yourself, see things from the from the space of unconditional love, to be able to see this person as wounded and for you to be able to see your parents as wounded and that the environment that you grew up, like you were dealing with people that were wounded and then you became wounded, but it's not really anyone's fault. However, all that rage and anger from the years of dealing with someone that was always angry and didn't make you feel safe and, made you feel unworthy and belittled you and bullied you. It's to understand that that was done to those people and that to rise above, to see everything through the filter of unconditional love, to become the expression of love. And that happens when you're on your path. It's a road less traveled. And it means that you're going to go into uncharted waters. However, it's all to help you evolve. It's all to help you grow and to really see yourself from that energy of unconditional love and to gain the deep wisdom. This connection was just a stepping stone, Spirit says. That's all that this connection was. A stepping stone to help you on your path to healing. It's like, yeah, they toyed with you, they did, but you didn't, like, I don't feel like you kept this person in your life for years and years and years. I mean, they might have been in your life for a few years, but I feel like they never let you get, again, they would be in your life for a certain amount of time and then mess it up. So you weren't able to really grow a strong bond with them either. They were hoping. See, if you were insecure, you would really be devastated. I feel like you want to know why this person was the way that they are. And you saw why. They're insecure. They're really intimidated. They want you to do all the work. It's, again, rather to keep you hooked because, relationships don't work out over time. That's their perception. But nevertheless, they still, you were part of their healing too. They just, again, are choosing not really to heal. We always have free will. They don't want to do anything different. And really, Spirit saying this was all about you. Yes, you came into this person's life, but they're so wounded that it's going to take a long time. You're one person on, and they'll probably date like 10 other people before they actually get the message or even consider changing their behaviors. But for you, it's like you're ready to level up, to go into a new uh, a new vibration. And the way that that would happen is to clear this old woundage. And that woundage was created from a perception that happened in childhood. So Spirit's saying, be attentive to all that manifests within yourself. So when negativity rises within you, transform it into light, love, and hope. Your love for others is unconditional. And forgive. Again, that's a hard one. So your desire to improve should be constant. Be brave and hardworking and firm is really what Spirit's saying. Okay, so it's like all that manifests within you. So again, this person definitely like triggered a lot of negative energy. They wanted you to be mad, but it's again, no one can make you feel that way. Now, they wouldn't have been able to kick up all that unless there was past traumas, which you already knew. But now it was almost like spirit, your higher self saying, it's really time to heal now. Like it's again, to get rid of this person and take the time. Go into uncharted waters, heal yourself, create yourself, go on the road less traveled. That's your own path. Be on your path. Understand everything will unfold for your greatest good. It's like this just means that you needed to love yourself more. Growing up with an angry parent, you settled for less. You adapted to having certain habits and behaviorisms that helped you survive, emotionally survive. And, that was not to be vulnerable, not to expect too much, because that parent was so caught up in their own trauma. But you don't have to live that now, is what Spirit's saying. It's like everything happens for your healing. Everything happens. It's again, and we see that, especially for here. Again, everything that manifests within you. It's again, when negativity rises within me, transform it into light, love, and hope. And it's again, raising your consciousness to say, well, you know what? They were wounded. They couldn't help it. It's but understand how it transformed you. All right, I'm gonna leave that there, Scorpio. You let me know how you resonated with this one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.